BJ Edgecombe was extremely impressive in his summer league debut. Now, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's going to go off the rails and say somebody is rookie of the year just off of one summer league game. But I do think for people who are pretty confused about his all-around offensive skill set through the college level or through the draft process, I do think this was a game that was pretty convincing of his upside on that end and could be a sign of great things to come in his rookie year. One thing that I absolutely loved from him in this game was the playmaking. And when you look at the scouting reports when the draft was going on, what they would list him as is a secondary playmaker. Maybe he was coming off the ball and creating opportunities from there. But what we saw from him in this first game is a lot of initiating the offense, bringing the ball up court and finding guys, whether he was dumping the ball off to bigs in the paint or finding players in penetrating kick scenarios. There was some pretty good versatility in his playmaking. Again, bringing the ball up court, initiating, making opportunities happen. And I'm really interested to see how much Philly utilizes him in that sort of way in his first season. Maybe he's coming off the bench and they're running some offense through him as a playmaker. I think the opportunities here are endless, but I really loved his decision making and some of the heads up IQ plays he made, kind of acting as a primary point guard at points in time. And again, I wonder just how much and what the volume is going to look like this upcoming rookie season for him while playing for Philly, and what's going to be a crucial year for this team as they're trying to get closer to title contention. All right, over to my favorite part about his game, and that is the explosiveness and the athleticism and the ability to finish around the basket. If you ask anybody, that is like his signature skill set, those sorts of things. We saw a play where he brings the ball up and sprints full court and has this sick one-handed, right-handed finish at the rim. But it wasn't just that, right? He was getting these crafty layups around the basket, and he was doing a good job at driving the ball and finding opportunities in the paint in half-court situations. And another skill set that I think is really, really underrated that a lot of really good penetrating guards have right now in the NBA is the ability to drive the basketball off the catch, which is amazing when it comes to getting some unsuspecting, maybe lazy or bad disciplined defenders off balance. Tyrese Maxey has made a career off of attacking off the catch, and we saw BJ Edgecombe do that a ton in this first game. He's going to continue to refine that skill set playing around Maxey. I'm excited to see what he does as a downhill driver and with his playmaking ability, as you saw at Baylor. When you're able to come downhill and finish, you create gravity, and that opens up other opportunities. He's smart enough to make heads-up plays. So again, like that ability to drive to the rim and get downhill really sets up that ability to also play make. I think in that sort of way, those skill sets really complement one another. All right, the last thing that I loved from this first game was the jump shooting. Now, I know what you're going to say. He was 1 for 7 from 3, but what I did love is the confidence, and he didn't hesitate to shoot the basketball. A lot of times when you have like young players that are coming out of college or maybe coming out of overseas play, if they're not great shooters, especially if they're like these athletic wings, they'll hesitate from beyond the arc. And they'll not take that shot, or they'll pass up on opportunities, which allows the defense to set itself back up. He didn't hesitate, right? He put his shots up, whether it was off the catch or maybe even some off the dribble scenarios where he was creating for himself. I just love the confidence in his jump shot. Even if it's not falling, and even if it's not consistent, you have to really appreciate somebody who's not known as an amazing shooter. You have to appreciate their confidence and their ability to still get some shots up. And his mechanics did look good. Like, he has a good looking jump shot. Just allowing those shots to fall is going to be the biggest thing moving forward. And there was some promise last year during conference play for Baylor where he was pretty efficient from the three-point line. I think during conference play, he was like 39% from three, which is amazing because that's the most competitive part of the regular college season outside of the NCAA tournament and things like that. So I thought the jump shot looked good. I like the confidence from there. Just consistency in how he's knocking it down is going to be key moving forward. But in just one game, you have to love the confidence and the ability to still get those shots up and find those opportunities and make the defense respect you to a certain extent. So again, not going to go off the rails and say that he is rookie of the year right now and have these ridiculous summer league overreactions. And I'm really going to try not to do that for the entirety of the summer league when guys like Cooper Flagg start playing, or even if you get some questionable performances like Ace Bailey, who I believe just had 8 points in his first game. Not going to overreact at all to the summer league. But I still think there were some amazing things put on display here for VJ in his first game that hopefully he can keep consistent as the summer league goes on, and hopefully he can bring to the table in the regular season for Philly, right? I'm really interested to see like how Philly uses him in their offense. How much are they going to use him as an initiator, right? Or how much are they going to rely on his jump shooting ability? Those sorts of things I really want to see. But I think there were some really good things put on display here for VJ Edgecombe. And I think he could put together a really productive first year for a Sixers team that absolutely needs to get over the hump this particular season.